Get it loud, clear.
All day, all night.
Power 95, where music lives. The views expressed in the following program aren't necessarily those of Power 95. Ladies Room. Come see you compliments. Renwick Thompson and Company Limited. Agents for Western Union.
2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 3 is 6.
Education multiplies their chances and places the world of opportunity in their hands. No matter where they are in the world, make sure they're prepared for their journey back to school with Western Union. School fees, books, room and board, whatever the reason. Knowledge, independence, opportunity. Western Union, moving money for better.
As they look at you, you used to threaten them. Any chance you get, you used to flatten them. Now they talking for the space. You went terrible again. I tell them you just taking a rest. What you lay down, they know for over a month. Seem like the more rest you get is the more you want. Them girls say you're born, you're bearing, and it's just excuse they hearing. Show them you hands and slap me in my chest. So many good times we had together. We made it through good and bad together. Wake up and don't be naive. I can't let you leave me to suffer. If you ever try to close one of your eyes, it's the both of we dying together. Willie dead.
Good morning, ladies and problems. How are we today? Larry, what you mean you didn't say that? Just listen to the song. What police going with me for? I didn't do anything. Commit any crime that I know of. Jacqueline. Anyways, y'all not ready for me yet.
Little time off. They change your name from Hardy Hard to Softy Soft. Some of them girls who should know better, calling you a toothless tiger, saying, change your tone, the jungle's no longer your own. So many good times we had together. We made it through good and bad together. I'll give you any tonic. I'll even work black magic to give you more power. But if you think it's lie and close one of your eyes, it's the both of we dying together.
Good morning to all the territory really dead buried. Jacqueline, listen, we only got 30 minutes, all right? So cut it out. This loyalty is what I have problems with, and the convenience is like I feel used. Like when there's nothing else that gathers your interest to go make confusion and bacchanal, here you are, stressing me out. But the minute you find something else, I'm like, see you whenever that is. Is there a way to like block people from the live? Let me see. Jacqueline, if you go, to come back. Cause I'm not no afterthought. Alright? It's either we doing this or we not. I'm not about to be nobody's afterthought. So if you go, don't come back. How about you see you after Thursday? The disrespect. Anyways, morning guys, welcome to the show. It is Wednesday, March 29th, the final Wednesday in the month, and of course Yeah, they're very disloyal. After intercall, y'all will come searching for the page and can't find it. Because you know why? You're going to be blocked. So go create another page to come back. Jacqueline and company. Whoever is going, you and Christelle, yeah. Take whoever needs to go now, go. Shante, take note of those leaving now, so we can act accordingly. You're the gatekeeper. Alrighty, Shante, please take note of those leaving. Christelle and Jacqueline said they were doing so. So pay attention to who not comment. So even if they're not commenting, that means they're not here. So please take note and hand me the list after so we can move them out. Anyways, good morning, everybody. It's day 2 of Intercall, and of course, the action continues. Shout out to all the schools so far, based on reports, keen competition, and want to shout out all the schools involved, and hope that we'll have an incident-free couple days. All right, so we have 2 situations to deal with this morning. I'm going to touch the first one quickly because the next one to me is more important. They're both important, but let's just go with, the priority. Let's just prioritize the importance this morning. One of them is y'all are really making single life. When you hear people saying single life is the best life, y'all are making it seem like true, because married, shack up, it's like one water washing everybody. There's no difference really. Whether you're married or whether you're just in a committed relationship or just in a relationship, people seem to be having the same problems. Like, what's really going on? Is it that we no longer have tolerance, or because it's so easy now to jump from one relationship to another? You don't have to really work hard to do that. You don't have to walk for miles to go see a person. You have car, you have Uber, you have you don't have to write letter and wait weeks for a response. You can text and video call. And what is it that's making people no longer want to work and fight for relationships, but just so easy to just step out and just have it's all about having a good time. Let's try to break that down this morning. All right. So the first one is leave me alone. So the first one is this person says she's 40 years old, 40 years, and married to a 29-year-old man. She's 40. He's 29. Do the math. They've been married for 3 years, and she says they probably have intercourse maybe once a month. And when she asks, it's always an excuse. And when they do get into it, it's like he's not into it. Problems maintaining erections and all of that. And she says she always take it personal, but he tells her not to. So she wants to know, how can I not take it personal? But it's like a continuous process, and I'm the one always having to initiate, and he doesn't even seem to be in it. Says he's never had anyone be that way with her, and when she expresses herself to him, he puts it off on her and says that she's crazy and she doesn't know what to do or say. I'm not sure of the dynamics surrounding your relationship, how long you all dated before you got married, what were the mitigating factors bringing the two of you together, what keeps you together, who lives with who, what belongs to who owns what. There's a lot of things that makes people attractive to people, but not in the way you'd want them to be. A lot of times people look at, this person could do that for me, or be this for me, and you play the role. And then when you get to a comfortable place, you're like, I don't have to do this anymore. No, I'm married. I don't have to do this to her. One, you probably need to have the conversation with him to find out, because based on what you're saying, every time you mention it, he's accusing you of being crazy and basically putting you off. But that does not explain or give you an answer as to why that is happening. Because we are emotional beings, and women, hate it or like it, we know when somebody's into us and when they're not. And that is one of the ways, unless he has health issues, that you can say, okay, well, it's a direct, reason why he can't maintain that because of health reasons. But when somebody's into you, and rarely do you have your partner or men not wanting to be with you that way. We're talking once a week. She says once a month. How do you have a husband? Yeah, live together. I assume sleep together. And you're not enticing this person. They're not feeling once a month? 30 and 31 days? Once? Like one uno? One time? For a whole 4 weeks? 4 into 5 weeks? One time? And he doesn't seem to think, one, is either this man haunting you, cheating on you, or he has erectile dysfunction, which I suggest he sees Patrick Dells for, or he's just not into you. Maybe, like I said, there are certain things about you that attracted him to you, and maybe there are certain things that is not attracted him to you anymore. Did you gain a lot of weight? Are you taking care of yourself? Because some of y'all wait until you get married and you start with the big t-shirts and you just start putting on weight and don't seem to concern about your appearance. That could be a turnoff. Morning.
Good morning, Aruna. How are you?
I am fine, thank you.
What I have to say on this thing is, I find this man have somebody else. You don't find?
That is one of my. That's one of the three things I said. I said either he's haunting her. 1, 2, he has erectile dysfunction, or he's just not attractive.
You're mad.
Or she's killing, or something is not, his sex drive is not on par with her. I don't know.
Maybe you don't set it. See, well, like that, sir, well, I'm sorry for you, You need to go by Patrick Dells. Bye-bye, Arona.
Y'all are aware that we're on radio sometimes, right? That is why I have to choose my words carefully and not use certain descriptive words. But when you're called, please bear that in mind, that we are live. So sort of censor some of the words that you're going to use. Jesus. I need to start looking for another job, I swear. Y'all do too much. Y'all do too much. You're playing or you're playing? Wow. So someone here is saying on the... Hold on, let me just check the WhatsApp. Aruna, this is more common than you think. There's a lot of relationships, a lot of people married and living together who basically are doing it just for appearance's sake. But when it comes to the bedroom, absolutely nothing happens there. I don't know why people put themselves through that, because to me, that is a very important part. Intimacy and sexual intercourse is a very important part of a relationship. It's a bonding method. And if we lose that, that means there's nothing left really to save in a relationship. Hold on. So the general consensus seems to be that he's cheating. I don't want to subscribe to that too much because, like I said, there's a lot of other things that can be the reason why he's no longer. Question: before you got married, okay, let me just ask the person that. Hold on, give me a second, guys. Let me just ask her before they got married if that was the situation or if it was a regular occurrence. Because that will definitely explain a lot of things. All right, let me just find out what is the situation there. Okay, so wow. Okay, so they had a pretty active sex life, and it just started going downhill like a year ago. So, like I said, it could be one of three things, and maybe it's not a conversation you should have while in the middle of trying, because, like you says, you can't maintain an erection. So maybe before, you can probably go out or suggest some sort of counseling or therapy, because it's a very sensitive thing, and men, when it comes to that, you know how their egos are, so maybe it's not a conversation you can just have while he's trying to do it and not able to. Maybe you can suggest going out and bring the conversation up and ask, well, I'm not sure what's going on, but recently I noticed a decline in our bedroom activities. Is everything okay? Because it's probably not only him, because as much as, you would say man will just jump up and, do anything, they still require some level, because not every man will just be there. Some women, they're not attracted to certain women. So maybe there's something that you're doing, or maybe he's not attracted to you anymore because of, like I said, you've probably been taking care of yourself, and then you're just like, whatever, let yourself go, probably gained a lot of weight that he's not attracted to. And it's not to discriminate or to make anybody feel bad regarding their weight, but people are attracted to what they're attracted to. There are men who will be attracted to slim. There are men who will be attracted to thick. There are men who will be attracted to a bit overweight. Everybody have different likes, So I'm not sure if it's a case of you, or if it's him. It's a health situation, or is there somebody else in the picture? Because you have to also take into consideration the age gap. You're 40 years old, he's 29. Is it a case of him seeing somebody his age group? I don't know. Is it a case of he's no longer attracted to you? Or could it be he has some sort of health issue? Diabetes, erectile dysfunction. You need to know, but I understand your frustration. And it really makes you feel like less of a woman when your man seemingly is no longer attracted to you, not even initiating. You're the one asking, and once a month, and the person still can't get to a point where they can continue, or you can even say, you know what, I enjoyed it. That is not a situation that I ever want to be in. Someone says sometimes he have a medical issue, or maybe he's cheating. He don't think about it, because in the post she said they have sex once a month. Men in the whole feel that need. So that is why I'm saying very rare you hear of men, unless there's an issue of not being attracted to the person or having health issues. Very rare. It's usually women that have to beat men off, like, geez, let me breathe. Give me a tired, give me a break. Let me ease me off today. Usually women are the ones chasing you out. So the fact that you're the one chasing him and for once a month, nah, it's not kosher. There's something else going on here that you need to get to the bottom of, because it's going to seriously affect your relationship. Unless you have... So to me, someone says he's not attracted to her anymore and he don't want her to feel bad. That is why he brushed her off. I want to believe he's seeing someone else more attractive, but because of the marriage... someone says women can be dead in bed too. Of course. So like I said, maybe he's no longer attracted to her based on certain things. Let me hear what these people are saying. Y'all are so mean. John Strook saying, woman, you're not the problem, but you're the problem. He's no longer attracted to you and you're not making it any easier. Hi Myrtle, that could be the issue, what I'm saying. Marcus, that is so true. A couple months ago when we had that program with Patrick Dells, he himself said he was amazed at the amount of young men under the age of 30 who was coming to him seeking help for the same problem, erectile dysfunction, not able to keep an erection. And one of the reasons he says, y'all be drinking and thinking, you know what, it's okay, but y'all not realizing how much harm you're doing to your body. This set of rum you're drinking Monday to Sunday, putting a lot of pressure on your bodies, plus diabetes, plus y'all be eating any old thing, plus y'all are not exercising. Hey, you heard it from him. Under 30-year-olds. You would think men in their 50s, 60s, 70s were the ones going to him, but it was actually men under 30, in their 20s, coming to him for help to sort out their problem. So y'all just be out there eating anything, drinking 7 days a week, not exercising, and thinking, oh, you know what? My body's just like a machine. But even machines, you need to service and take care of them. And thinking you're going to operate at, full capacity all the time. So, one, is either that is happening to him and he's embarrassed to say anything. Two, he's no longer attracted to you. Or three, there's another woman in the picture. So, you're going to need to have a conversation. Someone says, Miss, have you thought about him being with you for some benefits, or he found some younger woman? That is, and smoking. London, yes, that's another one. Smoking. Yeah, I'll be smoking all this weed and thinking, you know what, it's good for the healing of the nation and blah, blah, blah. And yeah, some walking time bombs. Drinking alcohol, plus smoking, plus high blood pressure, plus stress, plus diabetes. Yeah, that's someone say high blood pressure and stress are contributing factors to men's ED as well. Yeah, and it's something that, like I said, men are very ticklish about. So they'd rather stay in silence than do something. It's water more than flour when a man would go to a doctor and say, hey, I can't function. Either that or not somebody saying. Why you have to be another woman or man in the picture? Like, Father be offense, I swear. You know what? Let me move on to the next part of the topic this morning. But how long can a blue pill... Imagine being in your 20s and having to pop blue pills. How do you even... Nah. You need to get to the source of the problem before popping any blue pills or whatever. At that age, no, you got a problem. This and somebody need a Red Bull. You need to go to the doctor, or you need to come clean with the woman and tell her he's no longer attracted to her. There's another bird inside the cage. That's what he needs to do. Or let her know he's no longer attracted to her. That's what he needs to do. I'm not sure if there's financial gains. I'm not sure if he's benefiting in some way, or she's the one pulling in more money than him. So he probably just hooked up with her so he could be comfortable, roof over his head, a woman taking care of him, but not attracted to her. Like, so he was performing. You never know. He might have been acting all this time. But for 3 years, nah. There's something in the mortar beside the pestle. Literally.
It's Neptune, what I have to say. I mean, I know for anybody else, but sometimes some of the food we eating these days could contribute to that too. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Things we consume, a lot of fast food, junk food. Morning.
Hi, morning.
Morning.
I think that lady needs to get her shame plate back up because she's 40 years old. She knows what's going on with her body. Come on. And he's a young guy. She doesn't she have no sort of shame? I would be so ashamed. I'm not blaming the guy. It's kind of hard to deal with somebody when you're looking at them and you're grossed out. Simple.
Yeah, that's something to take into consideration as well. Like I said, maybe he's no longer attracted to her, so she probably needs to check herself as well. Someone says the young one maybe is innocent about having another woman. Maybe she loves to freestyle and she's the only... But it's once a month. He says the only same set of routines in bed, so it's a turn off, or there is no intimate attraction. He's maybe seeing her as his mother. Maybe that's how she does things. Maybe he needs some zooty and bamboo. I really fed up with all here. What does zooty and bamboo leaf do? Sorry, God. ready to go home. I am so ready to go home. It's not even funny. I had enough of y'all for today. 11:26, couple more minutes. I'm ready to go home. Good morning.
Good morning. I always come to the defense of women when I think it's necessary. It's not necessarily the woman. Men in their 20s, like you say, they drink every day. They are overweight. They don't sleep at night. They eat all kind of nonsense. And it is natural for men when they hit 30 to lose 30% of their 30% of the testosterone. By the time a man is 30, he naturally lose 30% of the testosterone. Have a lot to do with the sexual thing. And if he is not a fit person, does not do the right thing, so it could be that a woman is overweight and thing too, because that is a distinct possibility. The woman is no longer attractive, because I for sure I know I can't be turned on by any fat person. I don't care what was made at whatever point in time. But at age 29, I started to beg what I have to please go down. To me, it never went down, never mind what I did. So, but then again, I was very active, very fit up to this day. I am a fitness freak. I would like for the whole story. It is difficult for you to come to a conclusion without seeing him more. I think I have seen some fat fellas these days. I was just me and a friend of mine was speaking in the weekend, and we are trying to decide our days in GBSS, how many fat fellas we knew in GBSS. We only came up with 6. Out of 700 and something boys, we only knew 6 that was fat. Now there's a whole set of fat people. They say 33% of
Obese.
the population is either overweight or obese. I mean, come on. I knew no fat people when I was growing up in my village.
When you were growing up, you walked a lot of the time. There was no bus, hardly any private vehicles. You walked almost everywhere. Plus, you ate what you grew. There wasn't a whole lot of places you went out to eat junk food, restaurants. You ate home. Monday to Sunday, you ate a home cooked meal.
And there was no, your 8-yard phone instead of the chicken that is years old and that sort of thing. As a matter of fact, when I started coaching, my wife is 6.5 miles from me. And I walked that distance around about 5, 6 times in the night when I get a ride. I didn't have a vehicle.
So you kept fit.
Of course, I was 22 when I was playing football, and I was as fit as they come. So that was a minor, that walk where you almost jogged it with no thing. But these days, the amount of fat people that are wrong, and that sort of thing, and they're not eating properly, and they think you have to be in every jam, and you have to eat, let me not call them people.
Yeah, please don't.
Please, anyway,
fast foods.
Yeah, all these kind of thing, all these name thing and everything from everywhere which didn't exist in my time, of course, as a young man. So it is a different story. He have to watch, make sure he's in prime, she's in prime, and if then probably there is an age group for 29 to 40. That's the difference. The difference. He's 29, she's 40.
Yeah, she's 40, he's 29.
Yeah, that could be a factor. If she's not a well-groomed 40, it could be a factor. But if we don't know the whole story, it's difficult to give one where there were once a month. My problem was at age 29 was once a day and twice on Sunday if you had the time. I didn't see once a month.
Once a month.
Even at my age, that is extremely ridiculous.
Once a month. Something is wrong here.
No, something is wrong. There's a whole story behind it that we are not privy to the whole picture. So in the meantime, we have to guess and say, watch your weight, watch his weight, what he meal, what he alcohol intake, etc., etc. But there could be a lot of factors that causing that.
Thanks so much.
Take care.
All right. Old people say Zuti and Bamboo leaf good for good for performance. Y'all have these old people sayings, I swear. This needs to be bottled then. Somebody needs to bottle this because there's a lot of young men having problems. Old people say good for men who can perform together with Mountain. What is Mountain Zuti? I've never heard of Mountain Zuti. What is Mountain Zuti? Is that a leaf? I know there's Zuti, the thing that scratch. So if it scratches you, how you drinking it? And it wouldn't make you scratch? Anyways, Papa, Mr. Man, they say try bamboo leaf and mountain zooty. I don't know what's the remedy, what you have to do, boil it, draw it, steam it, I don't know. But they say it works. Good morning.
Ronald, the boy may be going through menopause because men go through this all day. Men go through this all the time where women going through menopause and them, you understand what I'm saying? So it could have been worse. She could have she didn't want it and he wanted and he young. You find her talking like experience as a man.
Oh my God. Yeah, killing me this morning, eh? Honestly, I can't keep up. I'm good. But men don't go through menopause. What do men go through? What's the opposite? Is it andro? What do men go through? I think it's andropause. Women go through menopause and men go through andropause. Yeah? And it decreases the libido, including panty. The man going through menopause. Yo. Said a big leaf zooty. Anyways, any young man having issues, they say the big leaf zooty and bamboo leaf. That is what you need. How do you use it? Do you steam it, boil it, draw it? What do you do? Blend it? What do you do? Ah, boy, I ain't even get to touch the other topic. Let me touch it quick before we move on. So, this person says, my fiance cloned my phone and found messages between myself and an ex. And now he's threatening not to marry me. While I admit that the messages were inappropriate, I only entertained my ex because I was lonely and bored, and my fiance is very laid back and not want to show emotions or care. I am, on the other hand, a very loving person, and my love language is acts of affection. Anyway, he's now making these threats. While I'm more concerned with how violated I feel that he cloned my phone and was reading my messages for weeks. Should I marry a man like this who obviously doesn't understand boundaries? No, y'all should not marry to each other because the both of you are toxic and the both of you need help. Because for one, the fact that you're more focused on the man cloning your phone and doesn't understand boundaries, and two, he doesn't trust you, that he sees the need to go through your phone. So the two of you need to leave each other alone and move on. Oh, it certainly doesn't sound like a good start to things between you both. How is that even considering, how marriage even fit into all this that y'all got going on? Y'all been to any premarital counseling? If you are still in that session, please raise these very serious issues with your counselor. If you have already completed your sessions, call your counselor for another visit. Because I can't overemphasize the importance of premarital sessions. It is critical for unearthing tendencies and discussing concerns and desires. I mean, yeah, cloning your phone without your knowledge or approval is really quite sinister and serious. He apparently didn't trust you and now you feel justified. And while I do think an open access policy regarding phones is important in most relationships, cloning to spy or hiding to investigate what's on your partner's phone is not a good practice. I'm tired coming here and telling y'all to stop going into your partner's phones. Regardless of your feeling, regardless of suspicion, avoid it. Secrecy and spying are red flags. Hiding to take and make calls and send texts, scroll social media, they're also red flags. I mean, and despite the jokes on social media about these things, it's serious. And when these things are present in a relationship, it is clear that it is not a healthy situation. Any form of deception undermines genuine intimacy and a shot at a healthy marriage. Intimacy is an imperative for a wonderful marriage. And it only works through openness and honesty. Starting with distrust and deception. Listen, this ends Soca Monarch. You don't need a big red flag to see what's going on here. A small red flag works just as well as a big red one. So, one, confront your fiancé about his misdeed. Let him know you're disappointed by what he has done. Let him know you require going into counseling together before you are open to going any further with the wedding plans. And if you think that is you still think this relationship is what you want, 2, apologize to him. It may be hard, but be the bigger person on this. You realize that you've messed up and your messages were inappropriate because it seems you both struggle to understand boundaries. I mean, he's also justified to think twice about going forward with a wedding. A secret, intimate relationship is a big deal. Marriage is serious business, requiring serious commitment because of the demands and the investment it calls for. So y'all probably need to pause to analyze your relationship. I think that is a smart move. And, Miss Lady, check yourself. You said you entertained your ex because you were lonely and bored. When you're married, there will be instances of loneliness and boredom too. Self-discipline and loyalty can't wane because you're lonely and bored. Go read a book. Go learn to bake some coconut buns or something. Go on YouTube, take some makeup classes. Learn to lay wigs or weave when you're bored. You also mentioned that your fiancé is very laid back. So why would you want to be with somebody, get married to somebody knowing that's how they are? There are some men, their personality is just that. They're not, the rough type. They're just laid back. It's like, nothing really bothers them. They don't stress much. They're not aggressive. They're mellow. So if he's very laid back and that is a reason, then you're not absolutely confident that he's for you, then you should also be pressing the brakes on the marriage. If you don't perceive he'll meet your attention and affection needs, then halt. Simple. Mash break. Maybe you can go back to counseling to discuss this, or else head for the hills, call it off, and maybe pursue your ex. Seems you haven't quite got over that relationship. You really can't move forward with emotional clutter either. Listen, y'all. Relationships are under tremendous pressure these days. It's a known fact. And maybe due to cell phones, social media, new demands on men and women, expectations. You see everybody with this couple's goals. You see people going on vacations and sporting their matching cars and their houses, their big houses and all of that. It's a lot of pressure. Social media pressures people. You no longer get to enjoy the simple things of just being in each other's company, hanging out, going for a little ice cream, going on the beach, doing the little things. There's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of new demands on men and women to have this happily ever after with a spouse. It requires smart work. A lot of it. Don't get caught up with all the pictures. Nobody really puts out the ugly side of their relationships on social media. Nobody puts out when we're arguing. Nobody puts out when, we're breaking down, when you're losing sleep, when you're crying, everybody puts up beautifully edited pictures, dressed to kill, name brands, you name it. You hardly see people putting out, and boom, you're following these people and you're seeing everything, and then suddenly you're seeing Splitsville. Like yesterday I was looking at was it a Shane Room, and I saw that, what's her name, Eva Longoria and her husband, they're getting divorced after 5 years, and they have 3 beautiful, 2 with him, a child before him. Beautiful family, beautiful children. You follow their pictures, nice family photos and all of that. So we can't start, we have to start taking that pressure off ourselves where social media is concerned, to live up to expectations of every relationship ain't the same. You have to create your own dynamic of what works for you, and stop looking up to celebrities and other people looking for these perfect relationships and talking about couples goals. Create your own goals. But anyways, back to Miss Lady. Said it before, I'll say it again. Check yourself. If you're lonely and bored with your partner, then you need to ride out. He's definitely not the one for you. Because the worst thing you can do is be lonely and bored in a relationship. There's nothing more the devil loves. Lonely and bored is like the devil's playground right there. It's one of the worst feelings in the world to be in a relationship and feel lonely and bored. Does that mean y'all are not clicking? It's not. So you might need to revisit or revise that wedding plan. Put it on ice for now. The two of you probably take some more counseling if that's what both of you want. Because for one, there's trust issues. You're here talking to other men, entertaining your exes, and he's there putting on cloning phone and trying to keep tabs on you. Either way, no bueno. No bueno. So, sort out yourselves. All right? We shall reconvene at 11 a.m. in the forenoon tomorrow. Same time, same place. Thank you so much to our friends at Western Union for taking care of us for another morning. Thank you so much, everybody in the room. Thank you, everyone. Someone says she's a Libra. That happens. I plead the fifth. Supposed to say she's a Libra. Oh, and a reminder, the lady say zooty leaf and bamboo leaf. They say steam it, papa. Dry it and drink 2 cups a day, papa. Disclaimer. That was the views expressed by someone, not me. If it does not work, I shall not be held responsible. But it's better than nothing. So draw some bamboo leaf and zooty leaf for him. If that ain't work, then you need to check those. Alright, guys. Goodbye.